Welcome, and thank you for joining us for another beautifully blessed, peaceful, prosperous, productive, and phenomenally powerful night. We are your hosts, Tori the Barber, the one and only, the only one under the sun, and the man with the plan. My right-hand man, the one, the only, Free Will Cole.
What's happening, y'all? Free Will Cole in the building. Thank you and welcome to another edition of the Free Will Podcast, where we create a community that inspires and empowers growth. We are helping people like you and me become the best versions of ourselves, huh? What's happening, Tori? How you doing today, my boy?
Oh, yeah, man. We in for a tight one. We in for a right one. You heard me? Listen.
Dig.
Hey, it's another beautiful day in the neighborhood, man. My day was pretty good, Cole. I can't complain. Today was a smooth day. In preparation, man, look, I'm in preparation, getting some things in order for my birthday, little 1-2 this weekend. I don't know how that's gonna turn out. I don't even know what's going on because things all over the place right now. My birthday tomorrow, y'all. So we gonna give a shout out to all the March birthdays. Yeah, a lot of people birthday in March. But man,
a lot of people. A lot of people, dog.
A lot of people birthdays in March, man. So shout out to all the March Pisces in the building, huh?
Yeah.
But yeah, though, man, my day was pretty damn great, Cole. How about yours?
My day was pretty smooth, man. Same old, nothing too major today. You did. Yesterday was a pretty good day for me. I like when I kind of move around freely. I realize that's my thing. I like to move around freely without being confined to one space. Like if you told me if I had a choice to be mobile or be like in an office all day, I would not choose the office. Yeah, man. But anyways, other than that, man, my day was awesome. As always, I got my right hand next to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I heard.
So it's always a great time with that. And with that being said, I'm grateful.
Man, tell them people what you grateful for, Mr. Cole.
Listen. I'm grateful for the one and only, the Lord up above. Thank you. Yes, I appreciate you. Everything. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate Him, my Lord and Almighty. My Savior, you know what I'm saying? Next up, I appreciate my lady right here next to me, the chocolate queen, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? The face on a Hershey Kisses packages, you know what I'm saying? The one that be on the commercials, her right there. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Man, I shout out to let's see who I'm gonna shout out today, man. I'm gonna shout out to my nanny Donovan. What's happening, Nanny? I love you. You know what I'm saying? Keep being you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Listen, my small things. What I'm grateful for. I always look down every time I see that.
How about you look up this time?
You know what I mean? What I look up? I don't see nothing but the ceiling.
That's a blessing in itself. That's a blessing in itself.
It is, but my thing be the small things, or maybe the things that we don't really realize. But I guess I do. I'm grateful to have a roof over my head. I'm grateful. To always have a place to go, you know what I'm saying? I believe I did that one before, but hey, we could definitely revisit that at any time, you know what I'm saying? Because they got a lot of people who don't have a roof, or roof is leaking, you know what I'm saying? Maybe got roof damage. I'm not anywhere that has roof damage, and I'm grateful for that. Shout out to the people that do, you know what I'm saying? God got something else in store for them, you know what I'm saying? You're going to be strong on the other side, you heard? What about you, man? What you grateful for today?
First thing first, all praises to the Most High.
You
I want
heard
to
me.
give a special thanks and isolated shout out to God for Him doing everything that He doing in my life, all the ways He working on me and working through me.
Yeah.
Woo! Man, I'm thankful for the First Lady, my best friend, my nigga to the end. You heard me? I wanted to skim off that part. You heard me? But yeah, man, I'm shout out to her. I'm thankful for her, man. And I'm thankful for my kids, Kaislyn and V. I'm thankful to have 2 living parents. Listen, this is routine for me. You know what I'm saying? That's just my basic. You know what I'm saying? And also, too, I come on here as Tori the Barber, so shout out to my clients. It's only right that I put y'all on the stage with me. If I'm out here, y'all out here with me. You dig? And also, too, because I realized I didn't do this last week. I didn't give my small thing that I'm grateful for. So I'm going to make sure I do that this time. But I'm not prepared, so let me think. Man, small thing, man. Something that I don't know, man. I guess I want to just say my perspective in life. I think being able to, I have a friend of mine. He's really into astrology, and he says something that Pisces do. They have the ability to, for those who believe in astrology, they have the ability to look at things from multiple perspectives. You know,
is that so?
That's what they say. They look at things from multiple perspectives. Now, I'm not gonna say when it's themselves in a situation that they always considering all perspectives when they're making a decision. But say for instance, if somebody somebody got some outside stuff going on, they look at things from different perspectives. Sometimes I don't know. It don't always. But when I'm having one-on-ones and I'm actually having a conversation, that's something that I'm able to just kind of like look at things from a bird's eye view approach. So I'm just thankful to have that attribute that show up when they want to show up sometimes. And so we're just gonna leave it right there.
yeah. Because I'm around multiple Pisces, and it's a trait. Once it's there, it's there. I see that. Once it's there, it's there, and it's like a light that baby on. Sometimes it's pure. Some others. Right. Yeah, got some wires need to be you know what I'm saying? Man, yeah, listen. But yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna say this, Cole, real quick before we get off into the next real thing. Something that I've been doing lately in my prayers, man. I asked God to use me. I said, I asked him to allow me to be a blessing to somebody else and allow somebody to be a blessing to me. And ever since I've been doing that, maybe because I make that prayer, I'm kind of like subconsciously aware in a sense, if that even makes sense. So I just be noticing different opportunities that I have to serve people on a day-to-day basis for like the last week since I've been implementing that up into my prayer. So I'm thankful for that too, because being in a position to where I can add value to somebody's life in some way, form, or fashion, and even being aware enough to realize when people add value into my life. So I'm gonna throw that one in there too.
Yeah.
For what it's worth. Yeah. But man.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Cole? Yeah, but now, a real quick comment. Part of prayer, that's what that is. You also, while you doing the faith, boy, you're also training your mind. You know what I'm saying? Because prayers are very focused, you're communicating to the God in you, which has as much of influence as you allow it to have. You know what I'm saying? So it'll definitely influence your subconscious. So that's a true thing, man. So, but yeah, let's bow our heads.
Let's do it.
And give a moment of silence for all our brand new subscribers and the ones who get post notifications. Yes, Lord, If you got a D on the end of that subscribe, I appreciate you. If you don't got a D on the end of that subscribe, go ahead and add one and make it past tense. Past tense that thing and go ahead and fill up that like with the white stuff inside of the like is love and appreciation. So we appreciate that. We appreciate you. Thank you for joining us. For joining us inside of this growth journey that we are in. And hopefully you can come and grow with us. Yeah,
for sure. Welcome.
Yeah. You know what
it
time it is.
I can just tell it just hit you.
You know what time it is, baby.
It just hit up. Without further ado, let's drop that word on the street. Word on the street.
Bus driver saves the day after seeing a boy crying when he forgot his PJs on pajama day. A bus driver in Kentucky went far above and beyond the call of duty when he saw one of his regular riders in distress. A child named Levi was crying when driver Larry Ferris Jr. arrived at his stop. Normally when I pull up, he's standing there waiting for me with a big smile. But on this day, he was sitting on the ground with a jacket over his head. Ferris Jr. 35 tells Today.com. I asked him, "Hey buddy, what's going on? What's wrong?" It turned out that today was pajama day at Elgart Elementary School, but Levi didn't have any, so he was going to miss out on all the fun. He told Ferris Jr. the predicament he found himself in before he slunk to the back of the bus away from his friends. I thought, I gotta fix this, Ferris Jr. said, and that he went to Family Dollar and picked up 2 pairs before rushing back to Elgart and surprising Levi in class. I said, "You were hurting this morning. You were crying. So I got you these pajamas," Ferris Jr. recalls. He was so excited, you should have seen how his face lit up. Levi hugged the pajamas close to his chest and thanked his bus driver warmly, saying that he did a happy cry. Today reports that Ferris Jr. had been both a truck driver and correctional officer, but he has found his calling with driving children to school. The school, located in Louisville, shared their story on their Facebook page, leading to a flood of pro-Larry comments, with all agreeing the world could use more of him.
Yes, Lord. That's a beautiful story, man.
Yeah, man. I always like stories like this that don't make the news.
Yeah.
You know, you're not gonna hear about stuff like this. You might see an Instagram post or maybe even a viral video or something like that, right? But you know, it just you know, I feel like when we do stuff like this, we do our job to sprinkle however much of good characteristics, good characteristic examples out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, other than some of the stuff we might speak on, right? You know, that's already in the news, and everybody know about the bad examples, but nobody knows about the good examples, man. And this is something that this is really something that you know, I strive to be like. That's you know, sometimes it takes, sometimes, you know, I feel like we ask for certain blessings, and our blessings are they exceed what we're actually willing to do for the, you know what I'm saying, at a period, really. You know what I mean? Like, you want somebody to go out their way for you, you want God to go out their way for you, but you ain't trying to go out the way for anybody else. You know what I mean? I'm sure dude pulled up. He had to make that happen quick. So he pulled up in Family Dollar parking lot with the bus, hopped off the bus. You know what I'm saying? Locked the bus, ran inside, got the pajamas. You know what I'm saying? And pushed that big old thing back to school. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't even getting paid for that. It's like, we make, you know, that, because that's something we'll say. Some will say, you know, anybody ain't paying me for that. They pay me to drop them kids off from school or home or whatever, man. So shout out to this guy, man. I also agree that we need more people like this, man.
Man, let me tell you, it's I think that's it's really a touching story when you really think about it. Yeah. It's just different. Like I mentioned earlier in the beginning part of the podcast, and I mentioned, you know, that's part of my daily prayer. Now, it's like, and even at the end of the day, and sometimes I may have made an impact on somebody's life I don't even must know, but I thank God for using me to some degree. And so it's just when you do something for somebody else, it make a person feel so good. So let me tell you a story today. Yeah. That the first lady had told me earlier in her experience when she went to Starbucks this morning to get a coffee. Now, the way that this Starbucks parking lot is structured is a real small parking lot, but it's off the corner of a busy, like, what you call it, like a four-way red light. And so, intersection. So, she went up in the parking lot, and she coming in from the side. Now, the line is already backed up because it's the morning time, it's Starbucks, and it's off a busy four-way intersection. So, she driving the parking lot, and the lady let her in front of her to get in the line. And the lady let her get in the line, so the cars behind her, they blowing the horn. You know, people trying to get ready, trying to go. The line already long. So she go through, and so she said, man, I'm going through the line, and the lady did that good gesture for me, and I just felt compelled to, just pay her the favor of, just taking care of her order. And so she said, I kind of like taggled with it, stuck with it a little bit, because initially, I guess the resistance was, like, she just did a naturally, nice thing by just letting me in, just let it be that, let it go, right? But she said it was just on my heart to just pay for her order. So she paid for the lady order. And she pulled to the side when she get out of line to go to get herself together, whatever, she had the dogs with her, so she giving the dogs the pup cups. And tell me why the lady pulled up on side of her and thanked her so much for doing that. Coincidentally, the lady left her wallet at the house. And so she didn't even have her wallet. So she was in the line, thought she had money to pay for her stuff, but because she did a kind gesture and let her in the line, she got her stuff paid for, and it all just worked out. So that's why I just really paid to be kind.
That's a hell of a story.
It really is, man, and I just think that's why I just pay to be kind. It don't hurt to just do just the little simplest things, man. So yeah, I'm sure that bus driver got it coming back tenfold, man, in some kind of way.
Tenfold, man, tenfold. Yeah, it might take you an extra 5 minutes, but God got you with that 5 minutes. Come on, He got you. With you. You late to work, whatever it is, He got you with that. And then, to be honest, people don't look at stuff like this, but you're supposed to prepare to be a kind like to do kind gestures and to do God's work, you know.
Yeah.
Like I was listening to E.T. He was like, I got a God bank account. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm for other people. You know what I'm saying? If I'm doing stuff, it come out that bank account. So I'm prepared to do whatever. If you running late, that's your fault. Like you need to have enough time to be able to do a certain gesture and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you so late, you can't even do God's work. You know what I mean? So that's something to think about. You know, that'll get you out of, like, E.T. was like, man, I don't, like, to be honest, if it was just for me, I don't need $1 million. I just need like 250, you know what I'm saying? And me and my family be living comfortably, right? Yeah. Like, you don't need $1 million for yourself. Now, if you're doing this thing for other people and you got a whole village that you're trying to take care of, then you need a couple of $1 million. You know what I mean? So think about that thing like that, man. You know what I'm saying? So today, man.
What we talking about today, Cole? What we talking about?
Yeah. So today, we're gonna be talking about something, man. That's I think it's safe to say that everyone has a little bit of a phobia with, right? In the way that we're gonna present it today, right? There's a lot of stuff that needs to be done in our life. And it's similar to just taking our medicine. You know what I'm saying? Even when I'm sick, you know, we sick. You know, I don't like, people know me. I don't like taking a Dayquil. I don't like taking, you know, you got medicine you take every day. You don't feel like taking it, right? But along with medicines, there's a lot of things that we need to be doing, right? That's like medicine that's going to get us to where we need to be at, right? For sure. You know what I'm saying? Whether that's, you know, what you're supposed to be doing day to day, how you're supposed to treat yourself, you know. And that, you know, that stems from knowing yourself, right? Once you know yourself, you know what medicines and figuratively speaking and things that you have to do to make sure that you're the best that you can be. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so that's what we're gonna talk about today, man. Let's give out some examples, man. What are some things that you need to be doing this, right? You know that this gets the best out of you. What are some of those things that you need to do that'll put you on 100%?
Oh man, I have some. So like, let's just say, for example, I have like, let's just say like in a credit building space, right? I got some things that I know that I can do to better that and to like drastically jump that or whatever the case is. But it is a bit of a little process to see how I'm doing it myself, for example. That's something for me that I know I need to take my medicine on. Something that and then it's kind of worse when you know what you got to do, but it's just something that's just really like stopping you and pulling you away from doing it. You know what I'm saying? Something that you know that's going to better you. So that's one thing that I have personally that I know that I could be doing to really like advance myself or put myself on another level. And I would just say one more quick thing is just like my reading, getting back on my daily reading. Now, granted, I do read my scripture daily, but just like my leisurable books or like my self-development books that I used to do like on a daily basis, like doing that, getting back into that. Because I see the value of it. That's the thing about it is like you see the value of it. Like, you know, when you take the medicine, it's going to make you better. It's going to heal you. It's going to treat the symptoms that you're suffering with in whatever aspect of your life. But what's keeping you from taking the medicine? You know what I'm saying? So that's just a couple of things that I know I need to get back on. Right. To really like, you know, level up in those areas.
And what does reading a book do for you? Like, are you reading a book just like, what is that? Like, why you got to read a book on a daily? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, if you really asking that question, so for me,
because I want to connect because you know most people don't read books, right? Yeah, and most people they like read books and they're like why am I reading a book? So why?
What I'm gonna read a book for? Like, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So what's your thing? What does reading a book do for you?
Man, well, personally, all right. So I did mention leisurely, right? But at the same time, I find joy in reading self-development stuff. So self-development material. So what reading a book do for me is it advanced my knowledge in a whole bunch of different ways. And because, say for instance, like we on this journey to become the best versions of ourselves, a lot of the books or most of the books that I read is going to be some form of self-development. And generally when I'm reading something that somebody has already found success in. They didn't already achieve something in. They didn't been through what I'm going through. And so I get to learn directly from a source. And I just choose to use the the stream of reading a book. Sometimes I do the podcast. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I do the audio book, but I prefer to read, and it better you on so many different levels. Because for one, of course, you growing your intellect. 2, you sharpening your skills. 3, you're getting better and stronger at reading. And 4, it was another one that I wanted to say that I forgot. But it's just all around. It just better you. It just strengthens you and empowers you. So it's just multi beneficial for me personally. Oh, and it was just that focus, that concentration. You get to practice focusing and concentrating on one task. And that's just another thing for me that's beneficial, that's valuable.
Yeah, man. And so like it's important to know that though, right? I think sometimes we forget. I know me, I lose sight of that because I'm still at the times where I'm not doing something and I'm not motivated to do it. I know I'm losing sight of it, and most of the time I'm losing sight of it because I'm forgetting what it's actually doing for me. You know what I mean? And so, you know, a lot of times we have that, we got that immediate gratification thing going on, right? Mm-hmm. At the moment, reading a book is not doing anything for me, right? Mm-hmm. I know, like, I got the 2K. I'm like, I could just go and pay the money and upgrade to my player. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like playing the games and playing like 1,000 games just to upgrade my points. You know what I mean? But that's what you're doing, though, right? And those things got to be done on a daily in order to move you closer to your target, right? And if you're somebody who struggles with, that immediate gratification thing and doing things that's gonna get you better in the long run, that's something that maybe need to be your focus, right? That's one of your medicines that you need to take. I need to practice reading a book because I hate reading a book, right? And then my reason for that would be to just do things that I don't want to do because I'm not good at doing things that I don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? And I want to throw a few more examples out there, right? It's like to connect some things, right? You know, like I want to be like sometimes I wake up and I'm tired, right? Like we accept certain things, right? We accept, like, you ever went to the doctor and the doctor like, hey, you got this disease going on, right? Well, hopefully you ain't ever went to the doctor like that, right? Or maybe not a disease, but something that's going on that's not too serious, but it's something. And you're like, I didn't see anything that was going on, right?
Like symptoms.
But symptoms. I didn't see any symptoms. But the truth is, right, we be avoiding a lot of that stuff, right? We wake up and you sleepy, you're extra tired every day, and you're like, oh, that's just how I am in the morning, you know? And you accepting that, right? But you know there was some point where you weren't sleepy in the morning. There was a change that happened, right? Yeah. A lot of that stuff we don't pay attention to. And we need to pay attention to it. I might just need to work out some more. You know what I'm saying? I might just need to eat better. Whatever it is, like, we got to stop ignoring symptoms because they're not life-threatening. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's good. What's the story about the frog, too? Like, it's in a pot.
In a pot, yeah.
You turn the water up just a little bit until it get hot enough to actually cook the frog, right? But if you put the frog in the water and it's scalding hot, he's gonna jump right out. Yeah. You know what I mean? So we gotta learn how to treat those situations as if the water is hot, even though it's, you know what I'm saying, even though it may be lukewarm now. Like, oh, this is good. I can still function with it. And you can function with it now, but what happens if it get worse? Maybe that's a good question to ask. You know what I'm saying?
But I think the way to kind of approach that, what you just said, is, you know how sometimes we like to jump to conclusions, and some people that's the only exercise they get is when they jump to conclusions. I heard that before. That was pretty funny to me. Some people, that's the only exercise they get. But we jump to conclusions sometimes. But I'll tell you this. Sometimes I think if you know you have some unhealthy habits, what's the worst thing that could come about from that unhealthy habit that you have, that you know is something that you need to work on, but you're procrastinating from? So the easiest one is, of course, dieting, lack of exercise, and you, just to kind of piggyback off of what you say, you go to the doctor and you get some health updates, a checkup, and you got some stuff going on that you didn't know you had going on because you didn't really have symptoms. Maybe you did have symptoms, you just didn't realize. Well, if I keep down this track, in the next year or two, sometimes the doctors tell you, listen, if you don't change up your diet, you're going to have high blood pressure. You're going to have to be on medication. You're going to have to take insulin shots. You're going to be a diabetic, whatever the case is. So sometimes, in order to take the approach that you just said, Cole, like to ask yourself that question, ask yourself, what's the worst that can happen if I continue down this road? Come up with a worst case scenario and make sure you're working to avoid that worst case scenario.
And that's it, right? Like come up with a, and it can also be a challenge. I know it is for me as a I need the hard way, you know what I'm saying, kind of guy, right? Like I don't really, it doesn't really hit me until it actually hits me sometimes. And so what that really means is I don't identify with things that I haven't experienced. So sometimes if we live in a life with nothing really going wrong, it's hard to imagine something going wrong. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it takes a first experience. Sometimes you might have to get there. Like the doctor tell you, like, hey, bro, listen, them kidneys ain't looking good, bro. Them kidneys looking bad. I'm talking about if you keep on this path here, you know, in the next few years, you can be in a life or death situation. Right?
Yeah, I like how you said it.
And so sometimes you have to, and this is why emotional intelligence comes in, because sometimes you have to take that in that situation, like that imminent feeling, and mimic that imminent feeling onto other things. You know what I'm saying? Like I know what that, you get what I'm saying? Like I know what that feels like. It's like a life or death. So I know if I don't pay this bill a day, I could be put outside and something else could happen. I don't know. I get bit up by buku mosquitoes, get malaria. I don't want that to happen to me. You know what I'm saying? And so that's a thing, man. No, like if you don't have any experience immediately with that thing, use it. Take something else. You know, take something else and use that, because it's just feelings at the end of the day, right? That's how I feel. What you think about that?
I like that. Something you just reminded me of was something else that I listened to. I listen to a lot of podcasts, y'all. But what he was saying is when he goes, I think it was 19 Keys. He was saying when he go through something, like he's been through some really tough times. Yeah. And whenever he going through something else that's challenging, he think about that a situation in his life where he went through something way harder than what he going through right now. And he reminded himself, man, I've been through that. Like I made it through that. I survived through that. I can definitely get through this. And sometimes you just gotta kind of like remember and remind yourself of some of the things that you've experienced, some of the places that you've been, and you know, to overcome things. But that's like kind of like inverse to what Cole's saying. But yeah, I think I like that concept. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it's hard to just, and I'm thinking about where I can apply that principle or that concept at in my life, because sometimes it's hard to just get serious about certain things. It's like you said, it's like there's no immediate consequence to it. So I'm just going to keep putting it off. There's no immediate consequence to it. So I don't see no need to really focus on that. Like if it become a bigger problem, then I'll take care of it later on. But then it could be too late. You know what I'm saying? More damage is done than what was necessary. Yeah. Yeah.
And you know, you go to the doctor, bro, they got medicines for everything. Like you can take medicines for literally anything. You know what I'm saying? You want to focus, you got too much stuff on your mind. You know what I'm saying? You want to get busy in a bit. Like they got so many medicines that you can take.
Yep.
What I take from that is there's nothing without a remedy, especially a natural remedy, right? So, you know, we got the problem where we can't do the immediate gratification thing. There's a remedy for that, right? Or I don't like to get up in the morning. There's a remedy for that. You know what I'm saying? I can't communicate. There's a remedy for that, right? And those are your medicines. Yeah. And that's gonna be a task for us, right? Like we need to, and it takes a while, right? We need to figure out all those things and don't let it go unchecked.
Yeah.
Don't let it go. Stop accepting like, you know, I'm not a morning person, right? And that's my dog E.T., right? I got this from him. You ain't a morning person. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said you need to be here at 5 a.m, and I got $1 million for you. I bet you be a morning person after that.
You ain't even going to sleep. You
at
heard
night.
Me?
Come on.
You ain't even going to sleep.
You ain't even going to sleep, bro. So that goes to show you that that's a perfect example for if our reasons for certain things change, then it's almost like it opens the door to other stuff, right?
Yeah.
And so, you know, some quick points, right? You know, some things that we need to have in our mind when we're on this journey, right? Yeah. You know, one thing is the pain thing. You know, pain is something that we all avoid, or most of us avoid when we're having issues with this, right? But pain is on the other side of pain is always going to be success in the things that you want, right? And a lot of times we avoid certain things because it's painful.
Yes.
Like, I don't want to do it. I don't like working out. I don't really like reading a book. You know, I don't really like rubbing my girl feet. You know what I'm saying? I love you, babe. I don't really like doing it, but I'm gonna do it as beautiful things on the other side of it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So once we could like switch our mind to like seek the pain, you know, like what's the it's the easy route or the painful route. The easy route, I'm gonna be chilling. I'm a, you know, a little resistance. You know, I could chill out, watch TV, whatever it is. You know, and you're gonna be comfortable, but there's no growth going on there. You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you this, Coach. Generally, when you have a situation and something is easy to you, there is no growth there, or you about to plateau real soon. Like, only way you get away with doing something that's easy for you is if you new to it and you just kind of got like that natural thing. And you just like a natural at it. And then it's easy. And then you do that for a while. You're going to grow, but then you're going to hit a plateau. When you hit a plateau, you still doing what's easy. They got another level to what you're doing. What's the next level to what you're doing? And do you want to hit another level, or are you comfortable where you at?
And to keep it G with you, man, if you're doing something and you good at it and it's flawless, like that's not maybe the first time you were able to do that thing, then that was an accomplishment. Anything after that is an accomplishment. Like you just doing what there's no friction there. That's not like there's no growth that needs to be done for you to do what you've been doing already. Yeah. You know what I mean? What makes the greats is they're always pushing themselves to the next level.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like they going hard. Like all of the LeBrons, the like these stories are the same. The LeBrons, the Kobe's, the Jordans. After the championship was finished, within 4 days they back in the gym.
Yep.
Within 4 days, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They proved that they can win a championship already. So why do they need to go back in the gym? Why? They trying to do it better next time, and they know that the world is moving. I'm trying to move with you know what I'm saying?
Man, listen, Cole. Yeah. To add to that, they say the hungriest lion, not the lion, the hungriest wolf. They say the hungriest wolf is the one at the bottom of the mountain. And why they say that? Because the ones who made it to the top of the mountain, the ones who sitting up at the top, they get comfortable. It's almost inevitable.
Yeah.
It's almost because even at the top sometimes is a plateau. You know, sometimes you need that young bull that come and knock you off your high horse to give you something to get. Because you know why you say when 4 days after the championship they back in the gym. Why they back in the gym? Because they beat somebody. Somebody was 5 points. Somebody was a 3-point at the buzzer away from being a world champion, and they coming for it next year.
That's
so they ain't got
close.
time to slack. That's too close. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got no time to slack. So you know what I'm saying? It's just you gotta find that next level. You gotta get comfortable with doing the uncomfortable things. And I'm preaching to myself at this point because
facts.
You got a lot of things that I know I'm not either comfortable with, or some things that I procrastinate with, some things that I don't like to do. But those are the things that make the difference in your life. Those are the things that's gonna take you from where you are and lead you to where you want to go. You know, it's building those disciplines, building those routines. You know, having those conversations is making sure that you're doing your best to get better in some way, form, or fashion each and every day.
Yeah. And you know, when you starting off on this thing, right, it's a lot of people are able to do things cold turkey. That's not my cup of tea. I can't do that. I'll do it and I'll crash later on, right? The concept here, or the concept that works out the best, I feel, is small incremental changes over time makes the greatest impact.
Yeah,
right?
I think so too.
So if I can show up maybe if I need to, I think we talked about this before, right? And it's something that I need to try, man, because the mornings have really been kicking my butt. And so, like, start small. Like, just show up at first. Just get up in the morning right quick, you know? Or just start putting your clothes out at night. Like, just do something small and not try to get the whole picture at once. Like do something small. Do that for 2 weeks. Like, real small. Like, give me an example of something too that we need to, or like a something that can be built upon, like or a skill, right? Doing the dishes. Let's say doing the dishes, right? You struggle with doing the dishes every night, right? And maybe the attack on that would really be to now let the dishes pile up. So maybe let me just start putting my plate in the dishwasher. I'm gonna just start doing that. I ain't really worried about the counters yet. I ain't really worried about, you know what I'm saying, sweeping and mopping yet. I just know when I take my plate out, when I finish my plate, I'm gonna just put that thing in the dishwasher like that.
Boom. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I give you another one, Cole.
Yeah.
Something, and it's something that I've been doing over this past month. For like the last month, I do it making my bed in the morning. Might sound super duper simple, but I'm telling you,
that's
ain't
major.
nothing like, I promise you, dog. And I heard this before. Like, I heard somebody say, man, always make your bed in the morning, because even if you have a dog, like if you had a bad day, at least you get to come home to a made bed.
Yeah,
and that's something to be grateful for. And listen, that's not necessary. That wasn't my mindset when I started doing it. I just started doing it one day, and I'm like, yeah, I like this. I'm gonna keep on doing it. But that's just one of those disciplines that you can start on. And when I was speaking to my mentor once upon a time, he introduced this concept to me, and it's called habit stacking. Habit stacking is a very, very powerful tool. You know what? Are you familiar with habit stacking, Coach?
Yep.
I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory. Yep. Pretty much what habit stacking is, let's just say, you wake up in the morning, like sometimes I do it like this, sometimes I don't. But I wake up in the morning, and sometimes the very first thing I do when I get out of bed is make the bed. But then automatically I'm gonna go use the bathroom. Like, that's already my routine. As I use the bathroom, I'm gonna wash my hands, and then I'm gonna brush my teeth, do my first routine. Okay, after I do that, what's next? Well, if you want to, let's just say you want to start working out in the morning. You already getting up in the morning. You got that check, right? You wake up, you make your bed, check, right? All this you automatically do, systematically do. But then after you brush your teeth and everything, now you about to go cut the TV on, or now you about to go get on Instagram. Now you just letting the day take you where it want to take you.
Because you done got out of the habit.
After you done brush your teeth and wipe, the habit ended. Choose something else that you want to do after you do what you already do automatically every day. So once you brush your teeth, wash your face, okay, boom, go put some clothes on. My next thing is I'm about to put clothes on to go to the gym. After you do that, boom, put some clothes on, I go to the gym. But you got to have your gym stuff set up already, your routine or whatever the case is, you know, so you can know what to do once you get there. But that's just how it worked, though. You know what I'm saying? Take something that you already do, and when you go do that, build on it, add something to that, so that you have like so the more you go, it's like you creating this train of a routine, and then keep expounding on that.
That's major. Let's make this into 5 points for him too. Like, so number one, start small.
Yeah, for sure. You guys
start small. Just start making your bed right quick. Just start putting the dishes in the dishwasher, right? Number two, add something else small on top of that, right? And right after I do that, after I finish making my bed, I go use the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? I might not even have to use the bathroom, but I'm gonna go up in there and you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go use the bathroom. I'm gonna act like I'm gonna use the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Whip that thing out. Some come out, some might not come out. You know what I'm saying? And then number three, right? Number three, make it easy for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I gotta work out after I finish. Okay, I make the bed, I use the bathroom, and then I brush my teeth, and then I work out. Make sure the toothbrush is right there next to the toilet. I actually learned some stuff that you don't want that to happen.
Not next to the toilet.
Right. You know, you know what I'm saying? But have it right there by the sink. You wash your hands. Have it right there next to the sink. And then have your workout clothes ready right next to the sink, so you can go ahead on and put them things right on. You know what I'm saying? My lady be on me every night. I'll get them clothes ready in the morning. You know how it is.
Yeah.
You know how it is. Just pick it up. It's easy.
Do it.
By design, you could just move on to the next thing. You know what I'm saying? Easy. Right? And then number 4, put some kind of, it's number 4 or number 5? This number 4.
Four.
Right? It's number 4. Have some accountability with it.
Yeah.
Somehow. Whether that's your partner, you got, I mean, accountability is almost always effective with people indeed. That's gonna hold you accountable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you know your grandma don't play no games. Call your grandma.
Yeah.
You know it's gonna get done. You call grandma. Grandma gonna
lie to you.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Man, me and Cole used to look. Nah, we used to be so hard up with accountability. Look, Cole calling me 5 o'clock in the morning. It got to the point to where you might the night before you might have stayed up too late, later than you know you should have been up. Now you fighting yourself in the morning. Look, that phone ring, you already know what it is and who it is. Look, you ducking the phone call. Look, it gets tough.
or you up, you see the phone ring, you hopped out the bed. Yeah, bro, I'm in the bathroom.
Yeah, that's really the one. Look, you nigga hop out the bed right quick. Yeah, what's going on, bro? Look, got the water running in the background. Right. Like you been up. Yeah.
But that's a healthy environment though, man, because even if you faking it, you didn't got up. You know what I'm saying? You there. You didn't, you know what I'm saying? You didn't made it happen because you don't want to be the one that's on the phone. You like, I'm not up. You don't want to be that guy. You know what I mean? And so, you know, and then after that, you know, make your schedule and your day respect your habits and the things that you need to do, right? Yeah. You know, and that you do that by you know, scheduling stuff, like blocking off. So like I know I don't answer I don't want to go deeper than scheduling, right? Like make it to where you can't get calls in the morning because you got stuff to do, or in the afternoon, or when you get home and you know you got to attend to your family. Like turn that stuff off. Like cut off all of the noise so you can be as focused as possible on the things that you need to be focusing on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I like that. I like them steps.
Yeah. So that's the 5 steps that we gonna be following, man. I'm gonna make sure we follow them things so we can continue to grow and be the best that we could be. You heard, man? Yeah,
man. It's lastly, man, it's a journey, man. It's definitely a journey. I just want to give a special shout out to everybody who really like take heed, man. Everybody that take heed in these things. And without a doubt, we get on here by no fragment of imagination do we 100% of the time practice everything that we preach on here. Yeah. But we do our best. Like once we put it out there, that because we value, like we don't want to be hypocrites. So we had these conversations, we had these podcasts, but then that also hold us accountable because we know we can't get caught lacking. Man, you were just saying that we were supposed to do this how you know have it stack, and now what's going on with the steps? What's going on with the steps? And guess what? The more that we grow, and the more that y'all are attentive and in attendance, you know what I'm saying? Whenever y'all see us lacking, y'all can call us out on our BS. And then y'all can hold us accountable because we need accountability too. You know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted. We the ones that y'all see. We the ones that it look like we got it going on, but we growing and we on the journey to become the best versions of ourselves too. Yeah, man. But without further ado,
take us out the game.
Man, we just want to thank each and every single one of y'all of the Free Will Podcast family. We just want to thank each and every single one of y'all for being the best versions of yourselves. That's what I was about to say. That's not what I wanted to say, but since it was coming out, I let it fly. Thank y'all for embarking on this journey with us. Thank y'all for the support. Thank y'all for the love. Thank y'all for everything that y'all contribute to the growth and the success of the podcast. Because without a doubt, y'all growing as we grow. You dig? So, guess what? Y'all can meet us here next Friday, 8:30 Central Time. But don't just meet us there, Cole.
Beat us there, huh?
You can beat us there. You dig?
Sir.
And we gonna see y'all again for the next one. Y'all have a good night.